Andre, I'm gonna take your book serious here. Call me Chef, damn it. So good morning, Chef. How are you doing it?
Good morning, my friend. I'm doing excellent. What about yourself?
Doing fantastic. I'm here in the South, so I can really relate with what you're putting into this book. And I mean, it's like to really, you have always been so loyal to the South in the way of preparing food as well as just being a gentleman.
Of course, of course. I mean, I'm from a little small town. As you know, we're South, we're different. I tell people demographically from New Jersey to New York to LA, I mean, the South is completely different with hospitality, with culture, and so many different things. And I left there a long time ago, but I appreciate and I love my heritage in the South.
When did you realize that you were growing in that direction of becoming a chef? Because, I mean, I didn't discover real cooking until the lockdown. I went, wow, I have wasted a lot of my life. I should have been in the food business.
It's funny because when the lockdown happened, I think everybody became a chef and a fitness expert, which was kind of comical with me because I kept doing what I was doing and started speaking more. And you asked me, when did I realize I never realized I was becoming a chef. And even when I got the title of chef, it was just a check. And I just kept going like I do right now. I got some TV shows going. I got some other things behind the scenes. I got my food company with healthy foods, Chow, and I just check and I just keep going because there's, at the top of one mountain is also the bottom of another.
You bet. You're absolutely right about that. Creativity is that one thing that we keep tapping into. And if we find faith in creativity, then we answer the call. And then because it's always about sharing with other people.
Exactly. I love that.
For you to now, I'm a third degree black belt, and I gotta tell you, when I read that you did 2,222 push-ups a day, it's like, okay, I know that we had to do 1,000 push-ups to get our first degree. What gives here? What's your gain here with 2,222? How did you do it?
It's funny because I'm in that world also, black belts. From Billy Blanks to all the Chai masters that were here in LA with me. It was just you don't even think about it. I mean, it's about endurance. I'm an endurance trainer. So for me, it came early. I actually started in the military, but when like I said, I have PTSD and I was in an inpatient and doing those 15-minute breaks, I used to have all the guys come out. I would say you have to do 500 push-ups in 15 minutes. Or if you got finished earlier, you could have whatever time is left. Or if you didn't, you just had to keep going. Right. And, they learned really quick that they could do those 500 they wanted to break. And when the 22 vets came up to commit suicide a day and everybody was doing 22 push-ups a day, I said that wasn't enough for me. I wanted to get more attention. I needed more. I needed more people to take this serious because a big guy like me doing 22, you're not even going to blink an eye. You're like, you could do more. And I did more. And it was for a reason. And I keep still do more.
One of the things that I learned in becoming a push-upper, I'll call it, is the fact that I would go into a state of meditation. And what the way that I worked that was that in my first degree black belt test, I did a brick break, a double brick break from a push-up position, which can be seen on my website. And so because I believe that when you get into that push-up position, it's almost like you're saying, I sacrificed my life for the world. Now where can we grow from here?
I love that. And you're exactly right. I use my chi, right? And so it always comes down at the bottom and you always bring it up. Like when I do my meditation, I meditate at 3:00 in the morning, I roll over, I get on the ground and there's nothing. There's nothing. And I literally, it's like silence, no music. It is like you're going into this trance where you have to say, I give myself to you, right? I think about all the things, the people that are not here, people that have suffered, people that are suffering, people that have failed, people that have all those things come to fruition, and I use it for that.
So when you would prepare a meal for a president, was it like you're sharing your art because the energy was moving through you to reach them and they're world leaders?
Yes. It's always food is so many different things and what it is. When people taste food, I taste the heritage, I taste the love, and I want you to feel that each and every time because food's just that medication, holistic, family, friends, loving, caring, sharing, all those different things that food are that we kind of take advantage of and just forget that it's not just for consumption, it's for nutrition.
See, that's the way I build my day. It's like this. I always tell my wife, it's not a breakfast, it's a breakfast. We don't have to overdo it in the morning.
It's true. Very true.
But a lot of people like to do that. They like to overfill in the morning because they think that's going to take them through the rest of the day. And it's like, wow, I don't know if that's really good for the brain.
No, it's not. I'm a big guy. I eat a lot, and I eat a lot, but I'm also an endurance trainer. So that's how I can be able to keep this up every day. But you have to put it in for that intake and that outtake, right? And people get it kind of confused a lot, especially this day and age, because everybody in this so-called fitness phase with listening to each and every person and trying to do each and everything and taking each and every supplement or vitamin that they think is out there instead of just listening to their body 1st.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that people don't understand the true definition of what perseverance is? It's almost like they reach a goal and they said, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go try something new.
No, they don't. They absolutely don't. And I agree with that 100%. And they have to realize that, okay, I'm done. It's not being done. If you stop, you got to keep going. Like I said, again, the bottom of the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. And you got to just keep going. And also, you can grow other people to go with you. So you're never done. You can bring someone with you along with the journey, or 100, 1,000, a million.
We're both black belts. Would you say that writing a book like this is part of the way? Because martial arts is the foot, fist, way. And a lot of people don't understand the way means community.
The way does need community, and we are that community, and you're nothing without a community. Community grows the best leaders, carers, givers in the world. It's like givers. You have givers and givers. And this, I was just talking to the guy from Black Belt Magazine in Germany yesterday, and we're talking. He's coming here next week, and you have givers. I say you have givers. You never go broke. You never go wrong. You never go hungry, because you have to worry about no intentions, nobody looking over your back, no worries whatsoever. That's a community.
Were you trained in the way that it's like my Sabanim would always tell me, he says, this is not about going out to find the fight. This is how to walk around where there is a bad position.
That's true. Always, always.
Yeah, how do you train other people who have not gone through the ranks? Because, I'll tell you how it works. Like, I was with some broadcasters yesterday at a university, and I said, I think of you as white belts. And the reason why is because you're just learning this business. I can't give you a green belt project if you're only a white belt.
And that's correct. And you have to, it's all about putting in the work. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to do time. A lot of people now has that entitlement, that lack of gratitude and that lack of humility. You're going to have to put in the work. And if I'm leading you, I'm going to lead you. But if I have to follow, I'm going to be the best follower to lead you to what you need to do.
Living in the presence of now, is that a tough thing for you to do?
Living in the presence of now is tough, but it's a necessary toughness, right? And you have to live in that present now, because the past is the past. And so the reason why it's the past, I remember the past, I take from the past, and I use the past as an ally and a gateway to my present and my future.
Yeah. So like when you're an endurance coach, how is it that you can get into the mindset of basically a traveler? They're seeking, but if they don't find themselves in that place of growth, they're just going to be a bump on a log. But how do you get them to reach beyond it?
How do I show them?
Oh,
it's very simple. I show them. Everybody has this. They can look as far as their hand can go, mm-hmm. right? They move your hand out of the way and look further. It's just that simple. They like, I can't see it. Move your doggone hand and look.
That's so true. That's so true. So when you write a book, Call Me Chef, Damnit, what I've always believed, because I'm a writer as well, is that when you free up that space, if you don't plant new seeds in that area that you just freed up, you're going to shrink. What have you done differently now that you have freed these words from your mind, body, and soul?
I started over. You're right. It's different space. I was very transparent. I opened up. I let out things that I would never want to say out loud, just because of the realm I've been in. We're in the political, military, and I know people were shunning because they're in that space, right? It wasn't about them, it's about everyone. And I didn't want to think about just who you are. I think about the underdogs. I think about the kids. I think the successors. I think about the failures, and I use it for them as the conduit. So everybody can learn from it, whether you're in corporate, whether you're in the projects, or whether you're just a good person or even a not so good person.
I'm so glad you said that, because I study Native American spirituality, and one of the things that the medicine man was always doing, he was always looking for the next one that would follow him. But it had to be someone with energy, and most of the time it was the bad child. Do you find yourself in that situation too? It's like, okay, you've got the energy. I know you're doing bad, but you've got energy that can become very positive in somebody's life.
All the time, all the time. And that's why I love doing what I do. I answer all my DM, my messages, and I have people that was angry, people this way, that way, and it's their energy. I'm an energy person. I feed off of energy to death. It's my lifeline. It's what I do. It's who I do, and how I have to convert it, whether it's good or bad or indifferent. I have to take that energy in and process it to distribute it back out, and I have to distribute it in a way where I can distribute it out the right way.
So, as an endurance coach, how do you look at the clock? Because I mean, a lot of people are are challenged by the clock. I always look at it as being there are 14 songs in 1 hour. We're only on song number 7. And so I don't look at the hands of the clock. I listen to the music.
I listen to my heartbeat.
Yes.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. People that worried about that clock all the time, and they're looking at, and when they look at that, they automatic their brain just, it's like those numbers. When I train people and they get to number 12 and I say, no, we're doing 100. When they get to 12, all of a sudden they're going great, and then all of a sudden they just stop because they're thinking about that number. I said, be quiet, shut up. Don't think about it. And believe me, it works. It works.
Oh my God, I'll never forget my first sensei in combat karate, and he wanted, when I was doing push-ups, I wouldn't count, I would do the alphabet, and oh my God, that upset him badly. I was like, well, no, I'm still counting. I'm just using the alphabet.
I love that.
Oh man, so are you podcasting? What else are you doing? Because you're too creative to sit there and just let this be a book.
Oh my God, no! I just did my food line, Chow. That's out now, fresh, blah, 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 over 48 states. I'm doing a knife I have that I'm getting out from Japan that you would love. I'm doing a lot of TV shows now, which with Gordon Ramsay and
Oh my
Disney.
God.
Other people, and I'm still speaking all over the country and just spreading energy, just giving back.
Don't you feel like that you are being used as a tool in the way that we can change the future if we become the group of, because I'm always afraid of this generation. I don't want this generation to be the one that broke it.
Yes, yes. And that's what I'm afraid of. And we are tools, we are conduits until the next generation. And you hit it on the head because it's getting lost now. And in the last few years, with all the things from the pandemic to the racial divide to the capital and Russia and Ukraine and just Afghanistan, I get involved in all those tough situations because it takes people that's tougher to do that, like us.
Yeah. Andre or Chef, in fact, how did I do that? It says, call me Chef, damn it. Chef, please come back to this show anytime in the future.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure.
You be brilliant today, okay?
You as well.